Well, welcome in to the Omega Dubai Desert Classic 2026, the premier tag team competition here in the TDTW. Well, let me very quickly walk you through the rules of this year's competition. Competing tag teams are divided into 4 groups of 4 teams, groups A through D. Teams in each group face one another in a round robin, with the top 2 teams advancing to the knockout stage. Group matches will have a 20-minute time limit. Teams will receive 2 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, and 0 points for a loss. If teams are tied on points after all group matches, the head-to-head result between the tied teams will determine who advances. If still tied after that, the team that won their matches in the shortest total time will move on to the knockout stage. Well, let's take a look at this year's groups, starting with Group A, and the top seed in that group, the English Defence League, last year's defending champions. The Vortex Club are next, and their configuration will be Muscle Muffin and Travis the Moonstar. And then Love Gun Lowry, Dundee John the Frontier, and the final group rounding out Group A is the tag team of Leandro Corbett and CJ Murrin. Moving on to Group B, it'll be the Air Asia Tag Team Champion Carvel Academy in a group with Lachlan and the Abominator of the Wildcat Empire. Another former champion, the Rising Flames, and that group is rounded out by the Buffet Club. Group C, long-time Air Asia Tag Champs Lenny and Zenny will be in there with Big Time Strong Style, Stars and Strikes, and following the play-in, the Sloth Empire. And rounded it all out with Group D, the Men of Virtue are joined by Danny Mean and Zach Paxton of the Danny Dojo, the Flash and Ass Pandemic, and as well, the last minute addition, the new Cosmic Avengers.
Folks, welcome in to the finale of Group C. We have the eliminated Sloth Empire versus the qualified Big Time Strong Style first up. And the Sloth Empire here wasting no time in getting Keith Omega, and they are playing to save a little bit of face. We get some points on the board and not get completely whitewashed. Big Time Strong Style looking to confirm first place in the group. For the knockout stages, and they're going to make a quick tag as well. Double hip toss as Andy the Hun enters the ring. Some good showing so far from Big Time Strong Style. Less so for the Sloth Empire. Of course, momentum as well is important for Big Time Strong Style. They can come out with 2 wins and a draw, and they're going to come with a double cutter there. Yeah, things will fare, or look to fare well for them in the knockout stages. They're going to keep these tags absolutely rapid. And off the second rope comes Andy. And slight miscommunication there allows Keith Omega to deliver a big knee to the midsection of Andy and then hoist him up for a sidewalk slam. Now that's the stuff that you've got to iron out, Andy and Bonner. Can't be making silly mistakes like that in the knockout stages, one of those, and you could be packing your bags out of Dubai for a home. Of course, the knockout stage is rapidly approaching. And oh, there's a nice little maneuver from the Sloth Empire. They'll be taking you through every single match, right through to the final. And remember, the winning tag team usually gets a tag team title shot at a time of their choosing. Last year's winners, the EDL, sat on theirs for a number of months before picking their spot and successfully converting that into a run with the LBN tag team titles. And oh, up goes Andy and down goes Andy. Keith Omega. And that's enough to worry Bonner to immediately come in and break that up. That could be a mistake. Keith Omega here has been unleashed. Hoists Andy up on the shoulders, but a reverse DDT allows Andy to escape, and Andy's had enough after that backbreaker. Brings Bonner into the fray. Here we go, classic offense from him. Joint manipulation, snapping at the fingers. And oh, now clawing at the face, referee. He's not finished. A stomp right to the back of Keith Omega's head and into the first pinfall for Big Time Strong Style. Only garners a 1. Bonner perhaps looking to also bait Mason Barry in early to burn on his interference. Up on the shoulders goes Bonner, and down across the ropes, neck first. Keith unsuccessful there in getting him into the Sloth Empire corner, and immediately gets monkey flipped out of it. Oh, and look at the smack talk from Bonner. And the knee strike crumples Keith Omega. And that is going to bring Mason Barry in to interrupt the pinfall. Big Time Strong Style here looking incredibly impressive. And for a tandem maneuver there, Keith able to fight out, but once again unsuccessful. And getting Bonner into the corner, and Bonner's going to spring out of that corner with a tornado DDT. And just a kick to the side of the head. Tag to Andy. Oh, and Andy mocking. He's going to allow the tag there intentionally, bring Mason Barry in. And take Mason Barry to the corner where Bonner's going to clock him from the side. This is disrespectful match as it comes. And oh, Andy there. Seen Keith Omega stirring, so took his eye off the ball for a moment, and that's going to allow Mason Barry back into this. It's only for a moment, I'm afraid. Right back in there, you get sent. Tag made. Uh-oh, we've seen this before. Andy with a package pile driver. Rolls him out. And Big Time Bonner, Big Time Brainbuster to Mason Barry. Into the pin. Keith Omega comes in to break it up. Well, they're living dangerously as the Sloth Empire. Big Time Strong Style firmly in the driver's seat, but I'll have to be careful not to take things too lightly. Unless they get caught with an upset loss, that would completely derail them going into the knockout stages. And Andy has him hooked for his patented DDT. Mason Barry just crumpling in a heap to the ground. Bonner says that's enough. Has a hold of the neck. The hooks are in. Guillotine choke applied. And Mason Barry could be fading out of this match completely. He is. He has to tap.
Here are your winners. Big.
Well, that's as impressive as it gets, folks. See you next time for the conclusion of Group C, but Big Time Strong Style sail through to the knockout stages.
I got some... Oh.
Well, here we are, folks. It is the conclusion of Group C, and this one is pretty straightforward. win and in for both Lenny and Zenny in the Stars and Strikes. However, a draw here will be good enough for Lenny and Zenny. Will not be of any use to the Stars and Strikes, and Lenny and Zenny starting things out hot as always. Assisted moonsault to perfect Percival Pride. Zenny just dropping him with a shot to the gut there. And Lenny's going to look to do a bit of flying, or Zenny, excuse me. He's going to look perhaps for a springboard crossbody. He is, and he's completely overshot it. Occasions there where Zenny was too good of a high flyer. Completely overextended on that, but thankfully for him, Triple P wasn't able to properly recover in time until now. Into the corner goes Zenny, tag made to Jacob Baker. Double back body drop. And a bulldog. Stars and Strikes were very impressive in last year's iteration of this tournament. They would be very annoyed at exiting in the group stages. Tag made to Triple P, especially when that group also contained the Sloth Empire. The lone 2 points for the Stars and Strikes. So they're going to have to take down Lenny and Zenny to book their place in the next round alongside Big Time Strong Style. Zenny sends Triple P into the corner. He's going to look for Lenny. Off the ropes, drop toe hold and an elbow. With perfect Percival Pride held in place. And he's going to have to head for cover, trying to find a little bit of respite over the ropes on the outside of the apron. He's not going to find it. He's going to find a right hand right to the face. And Lenny, I thought he was about to allow him back in the ring. But as Triple P tried to get back in, Lenny sends him straight back out again. No real sense of urgency for Lenny and Zenny to win this. If that time elapses, that'll be perfectly fine for them. The backdrop on the floor there, and that's going to garner some boos from this local crowd here in Dubai. Nope, Triple P's going to remove a turnbuckle. Is he going to look to immediately use it? Nope, places him against the ropes. And decided to talk a little bit of smack to Lenny there. And that did not work out in his favour. Into the pin. Oh, but the referee spied that turnbuckle. And Triple P was able to kick out. Oh, that's not the time to do a bit of celebrating. Triple P was straight back in. Takes advantage with a tag to Jacob Baker. He's lining up a knee drop. He gets it. Into the pin for the Stars and Strikes. And oh, that moonsault's way too far, Jacob. Vastly overestimating his abilities there. And he's going to pay for it. Tag made. Scoop and a slam. And this time, a little switcheroo. It's going to be Lenny with the assisted moonsault. Before Zenny can tee off from Jacob Baker, he ducks it. Fires back with a punch of his own and just hoists Zenny up in the air, spins him around. Didn't even get him hooked completely there, but Zenny not one of the largest men in all of the TDCW, and Jacob Baker does possess quite a lot of power, so he was just able to hoof him up in the air and spin him around. jumping DDT. Catches perfect Percival Pride in the tag made to Lenny. Jacob Baker's been much more successful in his endeavours in this match than his cohort. And Triple P, perhaps with a rare moment of self-awareness, realises that and brings Jacob Baker straight back in. Here we go, another. Oh, I thought they were going double back body drop instead. Face first with a flapjack. And left hand's raining down from Jacob Baker. Oh, he's dialing up for something here. Hit him with a forearm to the front, now a forearm to the back. Collapsing Lenny to the canvas. And Stars and Strikes here could be closing in on salvation. Just the two and no interference from Zenny. He keeps his one interference per tag intact. Taking out tag to Triple P. Lenny tag to Zenny. Let's see if Triple P can get something going in this match. Not at this juncture. It's taken down by Zenny. Zenny looking a little bit out of it there, so he needs to get back on the apron and try to rest up. Oh! Zenny either thinking blockbuster or rolling thunder splash. Jacob Baker with a quick cheap shot puts an end to that. Tag made to Lenny. Off the ropes, hip tosses. Executed perfectly. Triple P trying to roll out. And then using the ropes to hoist himself up, and Zenny looks on as Lenny disposes of Triple P and then disposes of Jacob Baker. And listen to these fans responding to Lenny. Leonard, who's got a dive! Beautiful! Over the top rope, and this place is absolutely raucous for Lenny Leonard. Certainly not taking any L's tonight. But Triple P could be Triple L with a Lenny lie detector. Sent into the steps. And Jacob Baker now involving himself. He's hopped down off the apron and came over to the far corner. And that distraction is enough for Triple P. They had a big time maneuver on that hard floor. No padding, no protection out there. Returns Lenny to the ring. And he's going to look to dispose of Zenny, and suddenly from it looking like Lenny and Zenny were in complete control, it's flipped. And Zenny entering the ring to try and get his own back on Triple P. And he's sent to the corner. Scoop slam. And this might be bad for Lenny Leonard. Well, Freedom has fallen. The Freedom's fall headbutt from perfect Percival Pride, and Stars and Strikes could sneak in. They've done it. Stars and Strikes have pulled it off. Lenny and Zenny, they're eliminated. That's almost unthinkable. Wow. What a finish to Group C. And all that's left to fill out the knockouts is Group D. And join me next time.
While Stars and Strikes do what is needed to make their way out of the group. Unfortunate for Lenny and Zenny. Meanwhile, Big Time Strong Style, looking big time as they demolished the sad Sloth Empire. They go home with their cap in their hands. 0 points on the board.